Powered by Activa 6G.
Bajrang Dal controversy explodes. Hindu group stage Hanuman Chalisa recital across Karnataka. On the back foot, the Congress attempts damage control. DK Shivkumar visits Hanuman temple. Clear divide in the Congress as anti-Hindu card backfires. Top leaders question the pitch to ban Bajrang Dal. Kerala story set to be told as Supreme Court refuses to stay the release. Complete crackdown on mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Another gangster, Dujala, shot dead in encounter. Key SEO meeting underway. S. Jaishankar raises the line of action control issue with his Chinese counterpart in Goa. It's the biggest talking point in Karnataka, ladies and gentlemen, in the battleground state. The Congress's pitch to ban the Bajrang Dal has triggered a big political controversy, so big that it is the only talking point and is backfiring from all quarters. The BJP hitting out Hindu groups reciting Hanuman Chalisa across the state of Karnataka. And the Congress, well, there seems to be no consensus on the matter within the party, with leaders questioning the PFI Bajrang Dal comparison. Top leaders saying that the proposal to ban the Bajrang Dal was wrong. It's not even possible. And the Congress tonight is attempting damage control. Here's where the story stands as it goes awry for the Congress party in Karnataka.
Bajrang Dal and BHP chanted the Hanuman Chalisa to counter Congress ban Bajrang Bali demand.
क्या आपको लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ये सारी चीजें देखकर भी मांग कर रही है कि आपके ऊपर बैन होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सारे मुद्दे भी उठाए गए हैं आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से पिछले 5 साल?
देख लीजिए, मुसलमान के लिए कुछ करने के लिए
अपीजमेंट पॉलिटिक्स आपकी
मुसलमान का वोट मांगने के लिए बजरंग दल को ये चुनाव में उसका नाम लेके आया है। उसका बैन का प्रस्ताव कांग्रेस इसलिए किया है।
The Bajrang Dal issue has become the biggest election controversy.
See, Congress very well know that they can't ban it, but they are under the tremendous pressure of PFI and SDPI, and almost they are being Congress has been strangled by PF and SDPI, and they have threatened that they will withdraw their support because openly they have declared support.
Amid the backlash, Vadra Congress has attempted a U-turn on the Bajrang Dal promise.
PMF ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಜರಂಗ ದಳವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟನೆ DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದಂತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರುವ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಇಂಥ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ, ಹೇಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸು.
And facing massive protests, Congress is now attempting damage control. Congress is now promising Hanuman temples in the state.
ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದಳದ ಭಕ್ತರು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಿದೆ.
Is it too late for Congress to worry about its anti-Hindu image? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, we will have 5 guests on the debate this evening, but I'm introducing my panel this evening. Aparajita Sarangi, BJP parliamentarian, BJP MP, will be joining us live any moment now. She's in Bhubaneswar. She's joining us virtually. We have already Jagadguru Sri Vachanananda Swamiji, who's a Panchamasali Lingayat seer. Thank you, Swamiji, for joining us. He's live from Karnataka. In fact, he recently met the Home Minister in Karnataka. Abhishek Banerjee, author, columnist, joining us on the show. Pratap Kanagal of the JDS will be joining us in just a few minutes, and Amrit Shana of the Congress also in a few minutes from now. Let me start with you, Jagadguru Sri Vachanananda Swami ji. आपको क्या लगता है? You've seen ये जो हो रहा है यहाँ पे, जो बजरंग दल को बैन करने का जो मैनिफेस्टो में मेंशन है, what's your personal opinion about banning the Bajrang Dal?
बैनिंग द बजरंग दल के नामुमकिन है। ये राज्य सरकार के हाथ में नहीं है, और बजरंग दल और पीएफआई के साथ जुड़ना ये ठीक नहीं है। बजरंग दल बहुत अच्छे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और बहुत सालों से देश में अलग अलग राज्यों में बहुत अच्छी तरह से संगठन काम कर रही है। तो इसको बैन करना फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल राज्य सरकार के हाथ में नहीं है। जो भी बैन करना होगा वो केंद्र सरकार में हाथ में होना, फिर बाद में अमित शाह के हाथ में ही आना पड़ता है। तो ये डेफिनेटली ये मैनिफेस्टो में कौन लाया है, कैसे लाया है पता नहीं, लेकिन ये ठीक नहीं है कांग्रेस के लिए।
आपको क्या लगता है स्वामी जी, जब पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हो, जब वो रिलीजन के बारे में, रिलीजन को ड्रैग करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल पिछले इलेक्शन में लिंगायत कम्युनिटी को, आप पंचमसाली लिंगायत कम्युनिटी के हैं जगत गुरु, और लास्ट टाइम लिंगायत कम्युनिटी को ड्रैग किया गया था और एक प्लान था लिंगायत कम्युनिटी को ब्रेक करने की, आपको भी पता है। और जब ऐसे रिलीजन को ड्रैग करते हैं इलेक्शंस में, आपको क्या लगता है इसके बारे में?
इसको ज्यादातर ज्यादा बैकफायर हो सकता है, इसके पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट बहुत कम हो सकता है। तो स्पेशली जो बजरंग दल है, तो इससे कुछ लाभ होने वाला नहीं। मोस्टली उनके दिमाग में, मैनिफेस्टो में मुस्लिम वोट को कंसोलिडेट करने के लिए वो किया होगा, लेकिन साथ साथ इससे हिंदू वोट बैंक बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ सकता है। स्पेशली यंगस्टर्स है, और स्पेशली जो कलावली बाग है, और चिकमगलूर, उडुपी, दक्षिण कन्नड़, शिवमोगा, कारवार, ऐसी जिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट है वहां पे बीजेपी के लिए बहुत लाभदायक होगा।
Okay, I think Aparajita Sarangi is also joining us. Swamiji, Aparajita Sarangi is a BJP MP. Aparajita, are you there? Let me see if I can get her on as well. Okay, I'm just bringing in Aparajita Sarangi as well. Aparajita, you just heard what Swamiji is saying, and his opinion is that this could backfire in battleground Karnataka, because he, of course, he's a seer of the Panchamasali Lingayat community, and he feels that this is going to end up consolidating the votes, but your party seems to be getting the most mileage out of it.
A very good evening. See, at the outset, let me tell you that Congress should do its homework well before issuing such manifestos or drafting such manifestos. The fact remains that Bajrang Dal cannot be equated with PFI. PFI is into anti-social activities, and that is why PFI has been banned. Now here is Bajrang Dal, which has been opposed by the Congress in the past too. We are all aware of this. In 2008, UPA had expressed its intention to ban Bajrang Dal. Now, in 1992, briefly Bajrang Dal had been banned, but then a tribunal was set up for looking into that Babri demolition thing, and that tribunal actually absolved Bajrang Dal of all its responsibilities, and Bajrang Dal's ban was lifted. What I'm trying to tell you is, Congress is inimical to the growing popularity of Bajrang Dal. Bajrang Dal is into nation-building activities, and Congress knows what's coming in the Karnataka elections. Congress knows that it will be biting the dust on 13th of May when the results are out. So I think to say that Bajrang Dal would be banned, I think it is a kind of childish statement, puerile statement, and with no forethought, this has been issued. So Bajrang Dal is a organization of very dedicated youth which have been working in all times of disasters during natural calamities, and they have done wonderful work. So I think Congress must know what it is doing and what it is saying. In fact, there was a time when chanting Jai Shri Ram slogans were termed communal by Congress party. We should not forget, one. Number two, I remember there was an affidavit filed by Sonia Gandhi in the Supreme Court where she had questioned the existence of Lord Rama. And this is nothing but the appeasement politics of Congress. It has been trying to save PFI all the while. You know, saying things against Bajrang Dal is kind of siding with PFI. Because we have banned PFI because of its anti-social activities, they have gone against Bajrang Dal. And I'm sure the people of Karnataka would understand and would be paying back to Congress in the coming elections. And they would be biting the dust for sure.
I have some breaking news, in fact, now coming in on the story. Abhishek, Swamiji and Aparajita, let me just tell you that as of this minute, the breaking news right now, the Congress party has filed a complaint with the Election Commission against the campaign of the BJP and the way the Prime Minister is using Hindu gods and goddesses to seek votes, and also the way his roadshows are causing inconvenience to the people. Supreme Court has already issued guidelines in this regard. S.A. Ahmad of the Congress legal cell. Congress party going to the Election Commission on the Hindu card, which shows that the Congress party perhaps somewhere is feeling edgy about it. The Jai Bajrangbali slogans being used, it appears, has rattled the Congress party. This is getting more and more interesting. The Prime Minister also invoked Jai Bajrangbali in his rallies. The Congress party now says that Hindu gods are being used to seek votes by the BJP. Let me get the first response from the BJP. Aparajita, looks like it's hitting home, but they've gone to the EC because openly, I mean, you have to accept it, even the Prime Minister has used the Jai Bajrangbali slogans.
See, I tell you, I reiterate, Congress knows what's coming. In fact, this is the anti-Hindu image of Congress which it is reflecting. Saying Jai Bajrang Bali or chanting Jai Shri Ram slogans, I think should be part of the whole thing. You know, you just can't say no to these sloganeering. And think of Jai Shri Ram slogans. They don't like people who chant Jai Shri Ram slogans. Now it is when Prime Minister talks of Jai Bajrang Bali, they are averse to it. What is this? This is absolute anti-Hindu stance of the Congress, and the real color of Congress is out before the people of India, more so before the people of Karnataka. And I am sure the people of Karnataka will pay back on 10th of May.
Yes, stay with me. In fact, I'm getting another breaking news input right now. Tejasvi Surya, parliamentarian from Bengaluru, is with Shravan said, my colleague. I'm getting a breaking news reaction to this story right now. The Congress party has gone to the Election Commission saying that Hindu gods are being invoked in the election. Perhaps they're feeling edgy. They laid the trap for themselves, Shravan, they laid the trap for themselves. Let's get Tejasvi's view on it. What does Tejasvi think about it? Shravan, can you hear me? Okay, I just lost the line there with Shravan. But Swami ji, aapka reaction mil sakta hai. What do you think about the Congress going to the Election Commission on, and they have said, Swami ji, let me read out to you, let me read out what they've said. They have said, we have filed a complaint with the Election Commission of India against the campaign of the BJP, the way the Prime Minister is using Hindu gods and goddesses to seek votes, and also the way the roadshows are being inconvenienced. But can I get your response, Swami ji, to this one?
Modi ji is a Bajrangi for BJP now. वो प्राण बन गया बीजेपी के लिए, तो इससे ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, लेकिन 2-3 दिन के अंदर बहुत सारे डैमेज हुआ है। और कल प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी जहां हनुमान का जो जन्म स्थल है, जो अंजनाद्री, जो विजयनगर में, खुद मोदी जी ने ये मुद्दा उठाया, इसलिए अभी बीजेपी के लिए मोदी ही आंजनेय बन गए।
But very interesting there. Very interesting. The seer here saying that Modi has become Bajrang Bali now in this election. Okay, let me go across to Shravan. Shravan is with Tejasvi Surya. Shravan, can you hear me? Election Commission being, the Congress is at the Election Commission doorstep. You want to get Tejasvi's response to it?
I have him.
All right, a very bad network. Abhishek, you've been listening to the debate. I want you to come in on this one, on where you see the story going now. It's moving really fast.
Yeah, so I would just want to say that as a common Hindu, it is very satisfying for me to see the Congress struggle so hard to make sure that, it does not make the Hindus very angry. Because I remember there was a time in this country when Dr. Singh said that, the main purpose of the government is to, cater to the minorities. They have the first right to resources. Now, we have really come a long way from that. For me, coming out against the Congress in its manifesto, putting up against that it will ban the Bajrang Dal, for me it was this effort by the Congress to revive this bogey of Hindu terror. If you remember, this was completely rejected by the people of India some time ago, about 10 years ago. In 2013, there is actually a landmark statement by Sushil Shinde, who was then the Home Minister of India, when he said that RSS and BJP are running terrorist camps. And later he had to take back this statement. But what the Congress should realize is that once you make irresponsible statements like these, you can't really take them back. Because even our enemies, countries like Pakistan, they have been using that statement, and they use that statement even today. So they should be very, very responsible. They can be very, very responsible. They should think very carefully before making such irresponsible statements, because these statements stay a long time. They have taken back their stance in this Karnataka election. But remember that India has enemies both inside and outside, who will not forget this line, and they will use it to say militant Hinduism.
Yeah, in fact, I have the response coming in from the Congress leader as well. There's a breaking news story right now. The Congress party has officially moved the Election Commission. We have a copy of the complaint letter submitted by the Congress party to the Chief Electoral Officer. The Congress reaction, listen in. Here's the reaction that's just coming in.
In regard to the conduct of the BJP campaign, how they have campaigned for all these days in the Karnataka about violation of the model code of conduct, violating the laws laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court. In that regard, we made a representation to the Election Commission, because the Election Commission is the authority under the provisions of the Constitution. Article 324 is absolutely provides how the elections has to be done, what is the authority of the Election Commission. In that regard, we made a representation to the Election Commission on behalf of the Karnataka Legal Cell, along with the General Secretary Mr. Sanjay Yadav and General Secretary Surya Mukundraj and our Chief Spokesperson Nataraj Gowda and me as a Legal Cell President. The entire thing that what we submitted to the Election Commission is that now Honorable Prime Minister is campaigning on behalf of the BJP since a week. In all his election speeches, he has knowingly, deliberately using the Hindu gods and goddesses only for the purpose of obtaining soliciting the votes for the BJP. So it is not permissible. We all respect God and goddesses. It is our dharma. We all the Indians respect each other's religion, caste, creed. That is how our civilization has evolved. It is not that, but Honorable Prime Minister deliberately, because they are BJPs at fear that they are going to lose the election, they are instigating and they are using the religious names and texts for the purpose of voting. In that regard, we sought for the intervention of the Election Commission to restrain the Honorable Prime Minister from making, and also other star campaigners from making such use of religious names and signs for the purpose of that. And also in regard to the road show, it will cause lot of inconvenience to the general public. In that regard, Honorable High Court of...
And it is also almost illegal.
Yes.
The Congress party there. Let me go back. Aparajita, you heard it. I mean, they've said this morning, in fact, at least 4 or 5 signs that tells you that the Congress party is nervous. 4 or 5 signs. Point number 1, in the morning, Veerappa Moily has been a former law minister, said there is no proposal to ban the Bajrang Dal. Point number 2, DK Shivkumar said they will build Hanuman temples when they come to power. Point number 3, DK Shivkumar was going to one Hanuman temple after the other. There was a photo that came out. Point number 4, they've gone to the election commission complaining that your party is using Hindu votes. Aparajita.
Congress is jittery to say the least. See how ridiculous this is. Congress party going to the election commission and making an appeal against the Prime Minister because he said Jai Bajrang Bali, and he has been talking of Bajrang Bali in all his speeches. You know, I mean, even a small child will consider it ridiculous. Now, this is a nation which has people who belong to, majority of the people are Hindus. Now, here, is it a crime to say Jai Bajrang Bali? Is it a crime to say Jai Shri Ram? Is it a crime to pray to Hindu gods?
Aparajita ji, just stay with me. Aparajita ji, sorry to interrupt you. There's just a breaking news reaction coming in from Bengaluru. I'm just cutting across. Story moving really fast. BJP is responding in Bangalore to the election commission move.
Which is the reason why the people of the state, irrespective of political affiliations, are very angry with the Congress for these kind of politics.
But do you believe that this entire narrative has only changed because, as the Congress party says, that you all do not want to speak about the allegations of corruption, and that's the reason why you're basically focusing on what seems to be your monopoly?
What is this allegation of corruption that they are making? Who is making it? The sitting president of the Congress party in Karnataka is out on bail. He is facing corruption charges. Both Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are facing very serious corruption charges. The Congress party has no moral authority left to speak against corruption because they are neck deep in corruption themselves. When Siddaramaiah was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, he deliberately destroyed the anti-corruption body Lokayukta, and in its place he brought a puppet institution called the ACB, which was unconstitutional, was declared unconstitutional by the High Court. These are the people who are making these allegations of corruption. We are demanding, we are challenging the Congress party from almost 8 months that if they have even a shred of evidence against the BJP, please go to courts, please go to the High Court, go to the Supreme Court, go to the Lokayukta, go to the CAG. Instead of making these allegations and sticking posters around the city and making hit and run allegations.
So the first question was on the election commission, second one on corruption. Let me get the final comments before we wrap up this debate. Swamiji, you're listening to the comments coming in, how the story is moving. Where do you think this election is going? Has the mistake of dragging in religion backfired in the manifesto for some parties?
Definitely it will be a backfire for especially the Congress party. अभी 3-4 दिन बाकी है और ये मुद्दा बीजेपी के लिए बहुत लाभदायक हो सकता है. फिलहाल कांग्रेस के बारे में बहुत अच्छे वातावरण थे कर्नाटक में, लेकिन ऐसी छोटी-छोटी इश्यू बीजेपी बड़ा ले सकते हैं.
Okay, Abhishek, you think this is the biggest mistake they could have made? Could they have avoided it?
I mean, the mistake has been made, and the problem that they will face is probably in coastal Karnataka, where Bajrang Dal and its supporters have a lot of sympathy, because even in 2013, when everything went wrong for the BJP, at that time, the Congress got almost, I think, 13-14 seats in coastal Karnataka. If you remove those seats, then Congress can get a majority even in 2013. So now if they do poorly in coastal Karnataka, if they are blanked out in that area, then Congress will find it very, very hard to come close to a majority. That is what I would say.
Okay, last word, Aparajita. Would you accept that somewhere you're also invoking religion? I mean, okay, maybe they try to appease a community.
When we start a new work or we embark on a new journey, we invoke the blessings of gods and goddesses, and Bharatiya Janata Party and its leaders are doing so. This is India. Majority of the people are Hindus, and I think we are well within our right to invoke the blessings of gods and goddesses.
Interesting.
Now, Congress is anti-Hindu, and Congress should know that Congress is actually inviting its nemesis by behaving in such a manner.
Interesting. The BJP is digging in its heels on this issue. Vachanananda Swamiji, Aparajita and Abhishek, thank you for joining us on the burning question. The big debate with Aishwarya, the trending burning question, is coming up next. Stay tuned.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। और जब उस अवस्था का अनुभव होता है तो आपके भीतर शांति ही होती है। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है। ऐसा क्या है जो भगवान गौतम बुद्ध उन्होंने अनुभव किया और हम नहीं कर पाए?
ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿನಾ? ಏನ್ ತಮಾಷೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತಂಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾತೆ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಈಗ ನನಗೂ ಅದೇ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅದೇ ರಾಗ ಅದೇ ಹಾಡು. ನನ್ನ ಓಟು ಹೊಸ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳಿಗೆ. ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು 75 ಹೊಸ ಮುಖಾನ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಗೆ ತರೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಕ್ಕೆ. ನನ್ನ ಓಟು ಮೋದಿ ಅವರ ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ.
ಈ ಬಾರಿಯ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಬಹುಮತದ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಸಾಕಾರ.
तो एक हिसाब से आप सबका स्वागत है बुद्ध बनने के लिए। भले आसपास कुछ भी गड़बड़ी हो जाए, भीतर की शांति जो है वो हिलती नहीं है।
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be holding talks with counterparts of Russia, China and Uzbekistan ahead of the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting in Goa. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to her home state of Odisha from today. According to the President's Secretariat, President Murmu will lay the foundation stone for the skill training hub and community centre at Odisha's Paharpur. An encounter broke out between security forces and militants in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces shot dead 2 terrorists and said incriminating evidence including an AK-47, ammunition and cash was recovered. In fighting in Maharashtra, opposition alliance, the Maha Vikas Aghadi has escalated after the state Congress chief Nana Patole on Wednesday slammed the UBT leader Sanjay Raut, saying that the latter should not interfere in political affairs of other parties.
For your party, Rahul Gandhi on a daily basis keeps abusing the RSS. Why would you then take Jagdish Shettar into the Congress fold?
They have their own experience, well-matured people, 6-time MLA, former chief minister, former deputy chief minister. They know. You and I also know about the history of RSS. We believe in different ideology. So he also thought that now we have to go for a change. It is earlier RSS may be different, now RSS may be different.
Popular Front of India's that has been banned, founding members of the Popular Front of India who were members of SIMI